So we completed setups up to here. Now we'll see how to create the corporate book. Okay, without corporate book, we cannot maintain the assets and the fixed assets. Let's see how to create the corporate book. So go to our implementation project. Task list, manage implementation projects, overview. Here is our implementation project. So search for the task called as asset books. The task name is manage asset books. Click on go to task icon. Okay. The task name is manage asset books. Click on go to task icon. Here we can create the corporate book. We can create the corporate book. The same you can call as a depreciation book also. Say create. So we can give the name as Amex corporate book. The same you can take as a description. And the book classification, what we are creating corporate book, not tax book. We have other book type called as tax that will create later when we are dealing with the relevant scenario. Okay. The book classification is corporate only. Now we have to associate our ledger with this corporate book. Okay, select our ledger. Our ledger name is.
So what is the use of this corporate book?
Sorry?
What is the use of this corporate book?
Assets, whatever the assets we create, those we can maintain in the corporate books only. Okay. The fixed assets, see, in payables, we are doing whatever the invoices we are creating, whatever the payments we are creating against what? Business unit. Okay, within the BU we are creating. The BU concept is not applicable for fixed assets. For that, here we have to create the corporate book. Any asset you create, that you have to create within the corporate book. To maintain the assets and the fixed assets, we require book. That is a corporate book. Yeah. So select our primary ledger. That means within this corporate book, when you create assets, we use ledger called as Amex USA primary ledger. Fine. Just wait for a second. Okay, this ledger selection field got some issue. Not only in this, most of the instances we have this problem. So it will take couple of minutes time to accept this ledger value into that field. Okay, we don't have any other option. Let's wait. We'll wait for a few minutes. It takes minutes. Okay, I'll just stop the recording meantime. Once it will accept, we can proceed. So it is not taking the ledger name. It is taking too much time. We waited for around 10 minutes. But still no use. We'll do one thing. We'll enter the ledger name and we'll proceed. Just directly we'll enter. Let system validate it. Say Amex USA primary ledger. Okay. This is actual name. We'll proceed with the remaining values. Select depreciation calendar. We create it as Amex. So the depreciation calendar, whatever we created, I think this is still processing. It's not allowing. This is how we have issue with this. Just we'll wait. We'll wait for some time. Okay, it is not taking the ledger name. It is taking too much time. Let's try in this way. We given the corporate book name and description. Class is corporate. We are not selecting the ledger. Okay, select our depreciation calendar what we created. Select the current period. Done. Now let's try to select the ledger. Okay, we'll wait for some time. Okay, let's try once again. Let's select depreciation calendar. Mix. Now just provide the name. Amex USA primary ledger. Okay. Just provide the name. We'll try. We'll go to account details, defaults. If ledger is associated, then only we can get the accounts here. Okay, let's wait whether it will respond with the accounts or not. We'll see. Yeah, great. It's fetching. Okay. You try in this way. Okay, when you're practicing, you also please try in this way. It's working. So provide the name. Provide the name. Then from that private ledger, system is defaulting the required account. Done. So here, a reference data group. You can use reference data set as a common. Okay, you can proceed with enterprise also, but everywhere we are using common. Better you can use common. So use common reference data set. So all these reference data objects which are related to fixed assets, you can use the, or you can just provide common. Common. Okay. Next reference data object, provide common here. I just copied and I'm pasting. You can proceed with the enterprise also, but better you can select common. Yeah. Done. So we provided name and we just selected ledger, invitation calendar and all. So system is filling all the accounts. Since we created this primary ledger with wrapped implementation, within the wrapped implementation, all the accounts are already specified that that's how system is taking. Here, what you can do is enable one checkbox called as allow ledger posting. Okay, enable it. That means by using this corporate book, when you create assets, for those assets, when you create accounting entries, those accounting entries we want to transfer to general ledger. Allow ledger posting means transfer accounting entries to general ledger. That is the meaning of it. So now say save and close. So this is how we have to create the corporate book in the fixed assets. We have issue with this ledger. Hope you noticed how we were able to proceed with some workaround.
Lakshman, you didn't pick up from the list of values. You just typed it, right?
Yeah, just I typed and I proceeded for accounts. I clicked on search account. This is how I type. Once again, I'll repeat. Okay, if I'm trying with that, it is not accepting. That is the reason. Just I selected all values like this. I just typed the exact name that we have in the system. MX USA primary ledger. Now directly I proceeded to accounts. I just clicked on here. Now it is coming. Yeah. Done.
Thank you.
Try this way, please. Ideally, if you search, it should come. Okay, if you search, it should come. Now it is coming. Okay. So one time system identified. Now it may accept immediately. Yeah, now it is taking. For the very first time, that's how we have issue. So this is how you can overcome. Okay, done. Now this is not required. Already we created our corporate book. Now what is the next step? Done with our corporate book. We'll create tax book later. Okay, I'll just mark it as pending. There is one concept to create the tax book. When we are dealing with that, we'll create it. But now it's not required. We'll go and create the categories. So by using the category key flex field, we created values. By combining those major and minor category values, we have to create the asset categories. When you create assets, every asset need to be created in the specific category, and that asset again should belongs to specific corp. Right? We'll see that. So go to implementation project. Here you can find task called as manage asset categories. Okay, manage asset categories. Click on go. Say create. So here you can select the major category and minor category values. We created as a Amex building and two other values as a minor. Select. So Amex buildings. Select Amex buildings as a major category value. Here there is a value here. The other one is minor category value. These two we created, right? Now I am selecting office buildings. Now what are the category we are creating? This category we have to assign to our corporate book. So to assign this category what we are creating, click on add. Okay, we are creating the category in the category combination, category code combination we are creating that we have to assign to specific book. Just click on add. So what are the corporate book we created that you can select? That means this category we are assigning to our corporate book. System will allow us to create the assets in our corporate book with that category. Select our corporate book. Amex corporate book. Okay. Here you have to provide these accounts. Asset cost account. Provide asset cost account. This category belongs to billings. Select billing account. Select billings. Say okay. Okay, just say okay. It will create the new code combination with this account. So first time we are creating this code combination with this account code combination. We'll just wait for a second. It will accept this code combination. Done. So asset clearing account system is taking automatically. Here just notice. Okay, asset clearing account. Okay, just remember asset clearing account is there as a part of category. And depreciation expense account. Which depreciation? This category belongs to, it's all about billings. So you have to select billing depreciation account here. Select billing depreciation account. So billings depreciation. So okay. And depreciation reserve account. I am just taking the same account just to complete the setup. Okay. So these are the few mandatory accounts. When we deal with the CIP assets and all, we'll provide CIP accounts, etc. Now go to default rules tab. Okay, select the default rules. Here we can associate depreciation method and all. Under default rules, click on create. Scroll little down, select depreciation method. So I want to calculate the depreciation for the assets which I am going to maintain within this category with the straight line depreciation method. Search for straight line. Okay. The straight line depreciation method. That means the total asset value by number of periods. And within this category, okay, Amex buildings, the two office buildings. For office buildings, what would be the lifetime that we have to set here? Say here I can say 50 years is the life for the buildings, and in months 0. And here you can provide the prorate convention what we created. So I'm selecting full month. Retirement convention you can take means prorate convention for the first period, retirement convention means for last period. I'm going to select for last period also same. Okay. So this is how you can provide the data and say save and close. This is how you can create a number of categories and you can assign to corporate book. Now this one is enough, later we'll create few more. Done. We created one category so that we can test while we create assets. Done. Now assign FA related roles to this user. To assign the roles to this user, go to security console. Go to security console, tools, security console. Users, our username is Amex. Click on add role. Okay. So assign the role called as asset accountant. Assign. Let me make a note of this role name. Another role is asset accounting manager. Assign this role. To these two roles, we have to assign our corporate book. Okay, the user required access to corporate book through these roles. No business unit in fixed assets. So whatever the assets we create, those all we create within the corporate book only. So now to these two roles, we have to assign our corporate book. The same task, data access for users. Okay, just click on done and say save and close. Now you can go to the task called as data access for users. Okay. Set up and maintenance. Go to task list. Go to search page. The task name is data access for users. This is a task, right? The same task we use for primary ledger assignment, business unit assignment, inventory organization assignment. The same we have to use for asset book assignment also, or say corporate book. Click on add. Select our user. Amex. Select role. So the role name is asset accountant. Security contest is asset book. And what is our corporate book name? Amex corporate book. Select. Click on add or click on duplicate. So click on duplicate and select role name. So asset accounting manager. Select asset book, set Amex. Done. Say save and close. We don't have any concept called as opening the periods in fixed assets. At the time of corporate book creation, we selected the first period as a job. That's what system will consider as that period is open. Okay, so that would be very first period. Whenever you calculate the depreciation, automatically system will close that period and it will open the next period automatically. Like payables, receivables, general ledger, we cannot go on to select any period as a open or close. We'll see that. But just remember, we don't have any status maintaining the period status for fixed assets. That happens based on the activity what you do. So at the time of corporate book creation, we selected current period as a John. That period will be open in fixed assets. We can create the assets. If you want to close that current period and if you want to open the next period, just you have to run the depreciation. If you run the depreciation in fixed assets for our assets, it will close the current period and it will open the next period automatically. That's how it works. Anyway, we are going to see that. Now we assign the roles, and to roles we assign our corporate book. Now we have to submit the LDAP job for the synchronization purpose. Okay, tools, scheduled processes. Click on schedule new process. So LDAP.
Sorry, every time we assign a new role to the user, we should run this LDAP process.
Yes. When you assign the role, not required. To the role, when you assign the corporate book, we have to run that. Already we discussed this point. Auto
Security.
synchronization also we have, but it may take some time. To see the expected results immediately, you have to submit the LDAP job. Say you assign
Okay.
user. To user, you assign the role. To the role, you assign the corporate book. You can leave it as this. And maybe after 1 hour or after 1 day, if you are going to work on that, by the time it will get synchronized. Okay.
For a simple role, it is not necessary. When there is related assignment, security assignments are there,
Yes.
then only you need to run this LDAP.
Yeah. If any security contest, if you are going to assign, the security contest could be private ledger, or it could be business unit, or it can be corporate book or inventory organization. If by assigning the role, we cannot do anything, right? To the role, if you are connecting something, the synchronization is required because the roles are predefined. Those are delivered by Oracle. The new synchronization is not required. Yep.
Okay, sir.
So submit this LDAP job. Okay, say okay. Click on submit. Okay. Refresh. So let's wait for 1 minute at least. Okay, fine. Just after submitting, you may wait for 1 minute. Now, just you can better sign out and sign in so that you can see the impact immediately. When you sign in, system will establish the new session. So in that session, it will fetch all the updates. Now, if you go to Navigator, you can find asset related tasks. Go to Navigator. Here you can find fixed asset section. Click on that. Now here with these tasks, you can go to fixed assets. Click on assets. and this user will have access to Amex corporate book. You can notice here this user got access to Amex corporate book. The current open period is Jan 2022. See here. Where we selected? We selected in the corporate book creation type. So as of now, no assets are created in this corporate book. Within this period, no assets are created. You can see no assets are created. Completed additions. Additions means created assets, nothing. No retirements. This corporate book is empty. Okay. In this period, no assets we have. So this is all about how to create. Just we'll go and see how to create the asset. Okay, we'll see how to create the asset. Go to task list, say add asset. We can create asset in multiple ways. For now, we'll see how to create asset directly in the fixed assets. Okay, go to task list, say add asset. So select category. The asset type what we are going to create is capitalized asset. Capitalized asset means which is ready to use. If it is a building, constructed building. If it is a plant, installed plant. If it is a vehicle which is ready to use. Okay, that means there is a capitalized asset. We have CAP assets also, we'll discuss later. Now we want to create asset in which category? Already we created one category with a combination of major and minor. That values we have to select. So Amex buildings. Okay. We didn't create any category with shopping complex. We created with office buildings. If you select office buildings, then only you can proceed. If you select shopping complex, with Amex building shopping complex, we don't have any existing category. We have category only with Amex buildings and office buildings. You should select this only. If you select shopping complex, it won't work. We have only one category with Amex buildings and office buildings. So select only this. If you select other one, it won't work. Say, I'm selecting shopping complex. Say, okay. So this combination cannot be used. It either does not exist. Yes, that is true. This combination we not yet created as a category. So we have a combination for office buildings only. Select it and say okay. Okay, now it will accept. It will verify whether category is created with this combination or not. Description. So what is the building you are going to create? Let's name it as, okay, say DLF building. Okay, the building name. So the cost, say 25 lakhs. Right? So 25 lakhs. And how many units of buildings we have, that you can see. And expense account. Depreciation expense account. System will take from the category. Category creation time we provided depreciation expense account. So that is building depreciation. You can see that it is coming from the category. Building depreciation account we entered. System is defaulting the expense account from category. And provide location. Where we have this building, that we have to specify. Click on search. We have a location key flex field structure, right? So there we have values that you can select, say United States. And you can select any one of the state and select city. Okay. Select any one of the value. For our testing, anything you can select, it will work, no issues. Now say okay. This is how you have to specify the exact location where we have this building. Provide this code combination for country, state and city. So reality where client has a assets, all the information they will provide at the time of implementation that you can maintain by using the location key flex field structure. Done. Now if you click on submit, system will create asset. If you want to add few more details, you have to click on next. If you click on submit, this asset creation you can call as a quick addition. Adding assets into system we call as addition. If you click on submit, asset will be created. That means you can treat this as a quick addition. Quickly we are able to add the asset with the basic information. Still, if you want to add some other details to this asset, you can click on next, that you can call as a detail addition. Okay, quick addition, detail addition. Quick addition means creating asset with the minimum information where system will allow us to create quickly. And if you want to add more details to that asset, that we call as a detail addition. So if you want to add more details, you can go to next, or else you can click on submit. Let's proceed with next. You can see what other details you can add. So we no need to provide any asset number. If you want to enter asset number, yes, you can enter that number it will take for this asset creation. If you don't provide any asset number, the system controls. Okay, in the system control setup, we have seen already asset number is specified. By following that, it will generate the number for this asset. Okay, the asset number you don't need to provide, it will take automatically. And if you want to provide any tag or any serial number, who is the manufacturer, what is the model number, okay, whatever the information is applicable that you can provide, but not mandatory. And we have one asset key, right? We have asset key flex field. There we added few values. Those you can select. Okay, so I think that is disabled in this environment. Okay, you can go and activate and you will be able to select the values here. But anyway, it is not mandatory. Category and locations are mandatory. So here asset assignments you can see. So for this asset, system is taking this depreciation account. That means against this asset, any depreciation.
What is the use of the asset key?
Sorry?
The use of the asset key, you told it is not important, but what is the use of the asset key?
Tagging purpose. Say the building, whatever I am creating, this is a new building. I can select provide value as new. I'll create one more building, that is old building. I'll provide the tag as old. Again, I will create one more building. I'll tag it as
Yes.
new. Now I want to find out how many assets I have as a new, how many buildings, how many new buildings I have. If I use the tag or key called as new, and if I search how many assets are available in the system which are tagged with the key called as new, system will start. Tracking purpose. Okay, tracking purpose. Or else I purchase some plants. When I purchase the plants, say I am purchasing the plants from India and I am purchasing the plants from other countries. When I am creating the plants in the system, if I want to facilitate tracking which are imported, which are local, I can provide the tag called as imported for all the plants which I purchased from other countries. So that's how system will allow us to search for the assets which are imported. So that's how you can use it. I will enable and I'll show that also. Okay, somebody disabled this. You see here, no values it is showing. Okay, I will show that. Show segments it's hiding or what? Nothing. I will enable, I'll show that also, but that is optional. But we will understand. Okay, I'll take you through that. So here asset.
Lakshman sir, what is commitment?
Sorry?
Commitment. We have a tab called commitment.
Commitment. See, this is just all about writing some information. What is committed? Okay, with that manufacturer and all. Okay, just some information you can provide, some commitment or comments. Okay, that's how you can provide. Just it's a field, dynamic field to provide some text you can use it wherever it's applicable. And asset assignments. Okay, asset can be associated with the employee, depreciation account and location. Asset should belong to specific location. And when you calculate the depreciation, the amount should hit to this expense account and somebody should take care of that asset. If there is a building, somebody should take care of that asset. So who is a responsible person to look after that building, the person name you can provide. Okay, employee depreciation expense account location. These three we call as asset assignments. Okay, these three we call as a asset assignments. So employee is not mandatory. Depreciation expense account and locations are mandatory. So these are already defaulting. Already we entered. The system is taking. If you want to provide the employee, yes, you can provide. We can provide our username, as that person is responsible to take care of this asset. So here only employee users information only will come. Search for our user called as Amex. Search. Sorry, it's a person, but go to person name Amex. Search Amex. Okay. So this is how you can assign person to asset based on the reality if that person is going to take care of that asset. Now you can say submit. Now based on this information, system will create the asset and it will allocate the number. Okay, done. Now you can go to navigator, go to asset inquiry task. Go to asset inquiry. The record it will convert into asset and it will assign asset number. Okay. So select task called as asset inquiry. Now within this corporate book, if you want to find out the assets, you have to provide the category name or asset number or a tag. We didn't provide any tag and all, nothing we given. So here we have a category. We want to find out in Amex category. Okay, category name is Amex buildings dot office buildings, right? That is the category name. You don't need to give the full name. You can enter Amex. It will list out if any assets are available in this Amex corporate book in this specific category. Click on search. Just now we created one asset. That system should display here. Just click on search. See, the asset is created. The asset number is 1231 and we given the description as a DLF building and asset type is capitalized. Where we have that asset? We have that asset in the Amex corporate book in this category. Category name is Amex building office buildings. Okay, and here you can see the cost is this, and if you go to depreciation, you can notice no depreciation is calculated. Okay, once we run the depreciation, system will display the depreciation. For now, no depreciation is calculated. You can see asset related information, the financial information. What is the current cost, original cost, everything same. Okay, we didn't calculate any depreciation for this asset. What prorate convention is applicable for this asset? Okay, what is the depreciation method is applicable? What is the life for this asset? How this system is taking the life for this building? From category is taking. Category creation time we given. Okay, prorate convention we given. Asset life we given for the category. All system is copying from the category to this asset. So this is how we can create asset directly in the fixed asset. And now we'll create one more asset as a quick addition. Now whatever we created we can call as a detail addition. Now again you can go to assets, click on assets task, go to task list, say add asset and provide category. Click on search, select category, the Amex. Okay, say office building, say okay. You can provide the description. I'll call it as a ABC building. Cost, say 20 lakhs. And expense account. building depreciation expense account system is taken from the category, and here you can provide the location. I can select country as a US. So country as US. Now what you can do is you can click on search. If you click on search, with this country, what are the code combinations are available, it will display. Okay, then you can select any one of the location code combination which is already existed. Now say submit. This we call as a quick addition. If you click on next, you can go and add few other details that we call as a detail addition. If you with these details, if you want to create asset without entering any other information, that we call as a quick addition. Say submit. System will create asset. Click on submit. Now you can go and find this asset. Okay. Click on search. Sorry. Here you can give the category as a criteria. A mix search. Now we have one more asset. See, ABC building. Okay, asset number is 1232 ABC building, and you can see all the details. So this is how we can create assets directly in the fixed assets. Okay, this we call as additions. The same way we can create assets from spreadsheet, that is nothing but ADFDA functionality, and you can add assets from payables to fixed assets. Okay, payables, when you purchase the asset, invoice need to be created, need to be paid from payables. If invoice is related to asset related invoice, that information we can send to fixed assets. Based on that, we create assets. If you are using the applications like projects, PPM, so you can create assets in the fixed assets if you do some capital projects. Okay, in the PPM, we have an application called as costing. So say you are constructing the building, you are incurring the cost, the total cost you can, what you are spending for constructing the building, you may capture in that project costing application, and once construction is completed, the total cost you can transfer from the project costing application to fixed assets, and you can create asset in the fixed asset. That means based on the cost which is available in the project costing application, also you can create assets in the fixed assets, or else based on the cost which is available in the payables, you can create assets in the fixed assets, or you can create assets from the spreadsheet, or you can create directly also. Okay, so just for now, just try to understand only this point, how to create asset directly in the fixed assets. In tomorrow's session, we'll see the remaining scenarios. Okay, how to create assets from AP to fixed assets, or what are the different features we have in the fixed assets. We'll go one by one. Okay, so we're done for today. So we'll connect tomorrow same time, and we'll proceed from here. Thank you.